Hey guys, so today I'll be doing a guns tier list. First we have the Ares. Ares is pretty mediocre. It's a great alternative to the Odin, but the Spectre just has way more versatility. Ares can't really aim well without the ADS, and Spectre is better at short and long ranges. The only advantage is the wallbang factor of the Ares, so it's more of a weapon you would use in certain situations, like defender side on wallbangable areas. Next we have the Bucky. Now the Bucky is a solid shotgun, but it's just not viable for most situations. Yes, the right click is still usable, and yes, it's great at close ranges. But a lot of the time, a stinger or even the shorty can accomplish most of the things the Bucky does at close range, and a stinger can still aim at long range. It's not unusable, but there are just better items on the list. Next we have the bulldog. I think this is a really good weapon for force rounds, because although it's clearly not as powerful in close range, its scope burst is really powerful. I might even compare it to the Vandal or Phantom ADS. Its damage and fire rate isn't as good, but if you know how to use the ADS correctly, it could be just as effective as the higher tier rifles. Next we have the Classic. The Classic is a good weapon for its price. Its right click has been nerfed pretty badly, but it's still really balanced because buying shield with a Classic or a Ghost with no armor is still a hard decision. Alright, now let's look at the Frenzy. The Frenzy is a good gun. Its nerfs really didn't hit that hard, and the only downside is that you can't really buy light shield with it anymore, but still really powerful at close range. Long range, it's easily the worst pistol, so if you know how to play this effectively, it can easily be A tier or even higher. It's just that you can't really buy light shields at the first round, then maybe drop it down a tier. Next we have the Ghost. I think it's just as good as the Classic because if you're confident in your aim, going with either one is fine. If you're playing close, go for Classic. If you want to tap heads, go for Ghost. Next we have the Guardian. Now it's one of the worst weapons here, but I've seen some Guardian demons in my ranked games that just tap heads. I just think that it's not really worth the price, considering that the Sheriff could do all of that with less than half the price of the Guardian. This is probably the worst weapon for value in my opinion. The Judge is way better than the Bucky when it comes to fire rate, but it's still pretty bad. With the bump up in price, it's not really worth 1850 creds for a gun that is practically useless at long range. If it was at its original 1600 creds, I would place it higher. It's the best close range weapon, but it's just bad value when you're defending a site and all of a sudden someone pukes you from long range. It's basically a waste of 2000 creds if you get it in the wrong situation. Next, we have the Marshal. Now it's not that good after the second round, but it's actually not a bad weapon if you're good with hitting headshots. I've seen people climb to Radiant just with Marshal because of their crosshair placement. It's only 950 creds for a sniper that's better than an AWP in every way except for damage. It's good value even though you won't carry it for the whole game. The Odin is a good gun, and I put it above the Ares just because it's much easier to wallbang people. It's less seen in the higher ranks, because the time to kill of the Odin is pretty bad compared to rifles. Most of the time, you would just get headshotted at higher ranks by a Phantom or a Vandal before you can spray their body down with an Odin. If you're silver and under, it's so easy to get kills with, especially players that are clumped together. The AWP is my first S tier gun. I know it's super expensive, but people will keep abusing it with Jet and even other agents. Even when the AWP was at 5k creds, people were still abusing it because it was just so hard to kill them. And once you get AWP, you most likely won't have to save for AWP again anyways, because if you're a good AWPer, no one can stop you anyways, so you don't even have to save up that 5000 creds, which makes it infinitely valuable once you obtain it. The Jet combo is still very annoying. Next we have the Phantom. Also S tier because what you expect, it's the Phantom. It's just a great all-around weapon. The Sheriff I would put in A tier, because it does require good aim, but it's also really cheap. It's like a mini Guardian, but 1/3 of the price. Some people hit nasty headshots with this weapon, and some with all 6 bullets. It's a great save weapon as well because of its versatility. The Shorty, although only costing 150 creds, I would rather just use the Classic right click. They both have the same range, while the Classic is free and can shoot at different ranges. The Spectre is A tier because it's the best gun to buy after you won the first round, and an all-around beast when it comes to close to mid ranges. The Stinger I would put a tier lower, are worth it because of the bad spray control and the bad range. It used to be on par with the Spectre until they nerfed the bloom of it. The Vandal, again no explanation, just a great gun, very versatile, depends on your style if you like the Phantom or the Vandal more, and Riot does a great job balancing both. Lastly, the Knife is also S tier. Best weapon used by 100% of players every round. Alright, now I hope you like my list. Comment below any suggestions or changes to this tier list, and have a good day.